You are tuned to the Folk Music Notebook, streaming folk songs 24/7.
Welcome to Artist in Residence Showcase. Each week at this time, we shine a spotlight on an outstanding singer-songwriter from our folk community as they share an exclusive performance for our Folk Music Notebook audience. Today's guest artist is John Stano. Now, John's style can be described as a combination of folk, blues, and Americana. He was initially self-taught, but he went on to study American fingerstyle guitar at the Wisconsin Conservatory of Music, and also studied harmonica with national blues legend Jim Laban. John also studied English and creative writing at the University of Wisconsin in Madison, and you can see his skillful use of language certainly adds to his clever lyrics. John performs at various regional venues and festivals, and his songs have also been heard on NPR's Car Talk. His song, This Old Guitar, was a 2020 Great American Song Contest finalist and received airplay on folk radio across the country. Joining us today from Wisconsin, please welcome John Stano.
Hi folks, John Stano here. Pleasure to be part of the Folk Music Notebook. Thanks, Ron Olesko, for having me. I'd like to start out with the title track, my latest record, which was also inspired by the polar vortex and life in the Midwest. It's called Digging Out in the Heartland. Me and Janie were happy, hovering above the minimum wage. We never put away too much for the future, but we kept the wolf in his cage. We had a lot of good times in our humble bungalow. Summers and winters, barbecues and shoveling snow. And I recall one long hot summer, me and Janie playing it cool. Chilling in her little one piece by the inflatable pool. The barbecue was going, we had those coals just right. Dinner at the picnic table, and the firefly night. So it happened, but somehow we drifted apart. There's an empty space, it looks just like it. You could see it if you looked in my heart. What happened to the good times in our humble bungalow? Summers and winters were just a cutting grass and shoveling snow. Left Milwaukee, headed for the old Northeast. Found her place card at the table where the fortunate are having a feast. And everybody hustling, smiling, making deals. I'm still stuck here in the middle, trying to figure out how I feel. Don't know if she made it, and I'm not sure, I want to find out. My friends say I'm better off without her. Lately I'm having my doubts. Maybe she's chilling on a southern beach somewhere, with the ocean all aglow. I'm still digging out in the heartland, and I'm getting tired of shoveling snow. Well, I'm still digging out in the heartland, Thank you. Next one I have for you is a song I wrote for my first good guitar. There's a little Guild F30. And after a long needed neck repair, it had a song waiting inside of it for me. And I want to thank all the folk DJs who've been playing this one. This one also made the finals of the Great American Song Contest last year, called This Old Guitar. Finally fixed the old guitar, hadn't played in many years. Surprised to find that it still held so many joys and fears from 7,000 yesterdays. Favorite songs I'll learn to play, and all the songs that got away on this old guitar. Road trip stickers on the case, vagabond steps retraced. You're up in 88, West Coast, now that was great. Even hopped a train or two, and that guitar hopping too. Wasn't anything it wouldn't do, this old guitar. Well, when I first saw that Guild 6-string, had my doubts it could be the thing. It was a little small, not a Martin after all. Then the first few chords were strummed, pretty soon the deal was done. The little Guild it had become, this old guitar. Well, sometimes it plays a little country, sometimes it plays a little blues, sometimes it plays a little rock and roll. Will you pick and choose? But it seems like half the songs it plays are steeped in yesterday. Song I wrote when she went away, song I wrote when she said she'd stay. Wooden box strung with steel, you wouldn't think that it could feel. Somehow it makes it real when I play this old guitar. Maybe it's a time machine from when me and the world was green. Desperate blues and half-baked schemes and psychedelic movie scenes. Favorite songs I learned to play from friends I lost along the way. And the song I wrote today on this old guitar. Finally fixed the old guitar, hadn't played in many years. This old guitar. Well, I got one more for you. Thanks again, Ron Olesko, for having me, and thanks to all you listening out there. You can find me at www.johnstano.com. It's been a pleasure playing for you. This song was written about that American institution, the Corner Bar, and you might recognize your favorite watering hole in it. It's also the title track of record of mine called the Caribou Bar and Grill. They got a dead deer's head and a few stuffed fish hanging on the trophy wall. A fairly decent jukebox and an old gold striped pinball. Oh, we didn't hunt, we hardly fished, you know, we mostly just drank beer. I talked about our lives while they passed us by. Hank Williams moaned the blues in our ear. Grab my smokes, collect my change. Sometime I take a $10 bill, and I take my seat with the chosen one at the Caribou Bar and Grill. I said Caribou, sitting there talking and a smoking and a joking and a drinking and a watching our lives reflected in the back bar mirror. Is it any one of the things that get any clearer? If I'd have known back then, like I know now, that we haven't got that much time to kill. Oh, well, I wonder if I would hung around so long at the Caribou Bar and Grill. And you could usually count on the usual suspects that are sitting around wasting time. The neighborhood crew, a few off-duty cops, spending all those quarters and dimes. Digger does graves part-time, full-time, he drank up his disability. With old Wild Bill from Morrisonville, they would have mumbled incoherently. I doubt that Digger is still alive, but if he is, and you're looking, you will find him nursing the remains of a 7-ounce stab at the Caribou Bar and Grill. I said Caribou, sitting there talking and a smoking and a joking, watching the lives reflected in the back bar mirror. Is it any one of the things that get any clear? A mind's a terrible thing to waste, so is a tap beer that's chill. I guarantee they ain't wasting too many of those at the Caribou Bar and Grill. Well, sometime we'd roam around those one-horse towns in a straight 664 with a 3-speed on the column and an 8-pack on the floor. Oh, other than a few cheeseburgers, you know, there wasn't too much that we did need. But we were blowing across the cornfields like a handful of dandelion seeds. You know, the time always came to roll back home. We would roll to the bottom of the hill, and we'd take our seats behind the neon lights at the Caribou Bar and Grill. I said Caribou, sitting there talking and a smoking and a joking and a drinking and a watching the lives reflected in the back bar mirror. Isn't any one of these things any clear? Sure, it's funny how time does fly. You swear to God it was standing still. That pretty much sums up an average night at the Caribou Bar and Grill. Well, the Caribou Bar and Grill, sometime I thought we would have never leave. I must have worn out all the elbows on all my worn shirt sleeves. There was a rattle and a crack of the fine dice cup. There was a hand-rolled cigarette. An old Buddha just a-grinning back behind the bar saying, boys, are we having fun yet? And I don't recall when I stopping by, or I would probably be stopping by still. Oh, well, I wonder if there's anybody left I know at the Caribou Bar and Grill. I said Caribou, sitting there talking and a smoking and a joking and a drinking and a watching our lives reflected in the back bar mirror. Is it anyone that thinks they get any clear? Go back then, like I know now, that we haven't got that much time to kill. Oh, well, I wonder if I would hung around so long at the everybody. Thanks again. See you down the road.
You have been listening to John Stano on this week's Artist in Residence Showcase. His latest recording, Digging Out in the Heartland, was released in January 2020, and the release tour was mostly stymied by the pandemic. To learn more about John and his music, you can visit his website, johnstano.com, and you can also find him on Spotify and Apple Music, as well as hear him right here on Folk Music Notebook. And we invite you to join us again next week for another Artist in Residence Showcase. And be sure to check our website for a list of encore broadcasts. This is Folk Music Notebook, your virtual folk festival, 24 hours a day.
You are tuned to the Folk Music Notebook, streaming folk songs 24/7.